I'm going to my new place right now just to pick up my keys and do a first look at the place. This is the very first time I signed a lease without even having been able to tour the actual unit. I'm a little nervous. I just have a giant IKEA bag, suitcase, and a backpack, and another backpack. Let's go see the new place. Welcome to my new studio, standing at a whopping 470 square feet in Manhattan. You walk in and there's a little entryway, and to the right is the bathroom. Very modern, very clean. Hello there, just me breaking the third wall. It's actually my first time having a shower without a tub, so kind of excited because low-key, less surface space for me to clean. After we exit on the left, I have my laundry closet. I'm so excited because it's my first time ever having in-unit laundry, and low-key, look at all that extra storage space up top. And then I have another smaller closet to the right of that. Then we have our gallery-style kitchen, meaning the kitchen is all pressed up onto one side of the wall. A lot of studios are oriented this way to provide more open space. I'm a huge fan of the light color finishes because it makes the space look bigger and airier. And then in the back of the studio is the sleeping/living space. I'm a bit concerned about the space here because I do need to fit both my bed and couch, so we will cross that bridge when we get there. Stay tuned. I will be providing a ton of small space hacks throughout this whole video. Flipping the angle around, there's actually this built-in shelving unit thing, which will also be interesting as to what I end up doing with it, but this is the view the opposite way. Also, just for laughs, if you've ever seen one of those New York City real estate TikToks or reels, they are always raving about the fridge having an ice maker like it's the most important thing ever. But hilariously enough, I discovered I do indeed have an ice maker. After grabbing my keys, I met my movers at my old place. If you guys have been following my channel for a while now, you may also know me as a competitive figure skater. So as an athlete, I have plenty of low back and hip stressors already, which is why I decided to use movers. And I'm so thankful to share that Vector Moving is the sponsor of this portion of this video. I swear to God, I have never been so not stressed and anxious on a moving day, and I am a very easily stressed and anxious person. The moving team was so sweet, so fast, so efficient. I was in and out of my old place to my new place in like 3 hours. They were so careful with all of my furniture and my bajillion plant babies. I've moved countless times, and this was by far my smoothest move ever. As always, I got you guys. If you're looking to move, you can use promo code Kathy10 to get 5 to 10% off your next move. Now that everything is here, it basically looks like, I don't know how else to say it, just a massive cluster. I just spent the first 24 hours unpacking, unboxing, and cleaning the crap out of everything, and needless to say, I was exhausted. Moving is one of those adulting things that just kind of sucks and is a lot of work. I've always been someone notoriously bad at asking for help, but I had a good friend tell me once, you know that asking for help actually makes us feel closer to you. And that really stuck with me. And for once, I reached out to one of my best friends in the city, Tiff, to come and just give me a hand.
Oh, you look so cute. Thank you. Always.
Moving and living alone definitely comes with its unique struggles. You don't have a second set of eyes to check if a painting is straight or not, or assembling furniture that requires 2 people.
Like equidistant between the two.
We spent a lot of time just figuring out what ways to orient my furniture to maximize space and making markings for hanging art so that when I'm alone again, I just have the markings to just put the wall up are alone.
Tell me what height you think looks good. Okay, if I sit here. Okay, so I don't know where to put this. You let me know what you think.
Actually, there's a feng shui problem.
I think you're not supposed to face the mirror to the window. Wait, let me double check. Your girl just needs some natural light. ChatGPT that shit.
Plot twist, mirrors facing windows are only a feng shui problem if the view outside is bad because it reflects the energy of whatever is outside, and I guess my view is not awful, so guess it works.
Welcome to the kitchen. This area is very narrow. It feels more like a hallway. The only real space for me to put my trash can at the end over there. This is like a perfect distance where I can still open the fridge without hitting anything. I actually want to put a mirror. The reason why is because it directly reflects that window that I have there. This kind of corridor area doesn't really get much natural light. When you have a mirror reflecting window, it almost feels like you have another window.
A few moments later.
Oh god, I don't have enough arm strength for this. Actually, guys, not bad.
We're venturing out to West Village today to pick up a new dining table. I found a crazy Facebook Marketplace deal for this white tulip-based dining table for $15. Brought it back in a random Uber. Just New York things. It is very used. If you come up close, there's some pretty bad dents where parts of the furniture are completely chipped off. There's also some stain. And then there's also like a crack over there. Nothing we can't repair, so. Fancy seeing you here. Now I'm gonna show you how to repair it. It is really, really dinged up. No puns intended. I swear to God, when I was a kid, I would get bullied for my last name, and now I am making fun of myself. That, my friend, is what we call emotional growth. Literally every single other white table that looks exactly like this was going for at least something over 100 on Facebook Marketplace. All right, so we're gonna do some DIY experimentation today. So I got a couple things I never used before, but that's kind of how things go. Like, I made my headboard without knowing what I was doing, and it ended up being perfectly awesome, and it lasted years on end. The first thing I have is this. I feel like a makeup guru. I'm channeling my Michelle Phan early 2008 vibes. The first things first, I have this stick. It's a 3-in-1 repair stick. This stick is supposed to fill cracks and stuff. And then there's leveler thing. I do also have a sanding sponge, so I will also probably bring that out from the depths of my closet. And then there's white paint marker. I also bought just like a gloss or paint finish. We'll see if we need this. The stick might just honestly cover it. I used the stick end, which surprisingly filled up all the heavy dents and cracks in the table. And then I used the leveler end to smooth and flatten it down. And then I used my handy dandy sanding sponge after letting the stick dry a bit to further smooth down everything. And then I used the white paint marker over the whole area to finish it. And I did end up using the white gloss thing as the final top coat. And then I just rinse and repeated for all the little dents and stains. I genuinely cannot believe this actually worked. This table looks brand new now. Second thing, I did not have to buy new furniture for the studio. For every type of size or configuration of apartment, there's the perfect amount of furniture. You can also under furnish your place and it will feel really empty. For example, I had these bar stools, both my 2-bed 2-bath that I first moved into and then my 1-bed 1-bath, both had a kitchen bar island. So I've never really been a huge dining table person. My psychotic self was like, you know, I don't really need that much space to eat, reuse, and repurpose my kitchen bar stools. I just put it here. But then I thought to myself, that is single man energy. Let's not do that. Let me be an adult and build a dining nook. According to my email, my new chairs have came. So I'm gonna go grab it and then we're going to unbox some new chairs. You know how the rattan kind of style chair is super in right now? And I've been wanting to get this from Facebook Marketplace for cheaper and used, and I just could not find any listings. That's how popular these chairs are these days. What I did end up finding was a great deal on Amazon. This is actually open box one, $60 cheaper. Oh my God, these chairs are actually massive. Am I crazy? Like, is my butt actually this big? I think this area needs a little bit of color in general because my kitchen is also very neutral. The floors are very neutral, everything's very neutral. So I think I'm gonna add some decor on top to kind of spice it up. I added an old mini mushroom lamp that I had just to add a little bit of light and just some random plants in a moment. TBD, this is most likely gonna change as I go hunting for new decor. The last and final thing I'm gonna add is my little cute kitchen wall art. This wall is not drywall. This is like some sort of like panel type situation thing, but we have solutions for everything. I'm gonna use a command kind of hook. Let me just beauty guru this shit again. I bought these command strip clear hanger thingies. They're super small, super non-intrusive. You can barely see it. I'm just gonna use it to hang something really, really small. This is the piece of artwork that I want to hang, and my favorite part about this is I bought these kind of wooden magnetic strip hanger thing, so you don't need a frame, you don't need anything. It's super renters friendly. It just basically magnetizes against the top of your art. Super lightweight. On to the next project, kitchen lighting. If y'all know me, I am the biggest sucker for ambient lighting. The way my kitchen cabinets are set up with the gap at the bottom calls for none other than LED lights to make the space super vibey. I use Goovy RGBIC LED lights. What a mouthful. More on what that means in a second. First tip, clean your surface with alcohol before applying the lights so they stick better. I also lock mine in with clear tape every few inches since LED strips, no matter the brand, are never sticky enough. RGB versus RGBIC. RGB only shows one color at a time, while RGBIC has an integrated circuit that lets you display multiple colors on one strip, which creates a cool gradient effect like this. Finishing touches for the kitchen, I am again building a little matcha corner because trust me, it is worth not having to buy $9 matcha in New York City every time you're craving it. I got this cute bowl and was set from Amazon. Again, link to my storefront in the description below where you can find all the items I mentioned. I lied, one last random tip, get a sink organizer. I feel like my sponges sometimes feel so gross just sitting on the counter or worse, in the sink. So I got this little guy for a couple of bucks and it sticks to the side of your sink and it is the perfect little home for your cleaning tools. Wanted to bring home a couple of new plant babies. I've been wanting a Chinese money plant for so long. It's such a cute and striking plant. And also, I can't believe I found super sick variant of the world's favorite houseplant, the Monstera plant. It's green and white tie-dye, and just look at how gorgeous these leaves are. In classic New York City fashion, my plant babies are going home via the subway.
The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day.
Look at how cute it is. This is my new plant baby. I was eyeing ever since I saw it, and there was this like super high-end plant shop that was selling these plants for like $1,000, and I was like, respectfully, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to a point where I can afford a $1,000 plant, but I did find it in Daheng in Chinatown, which is one of the best plant stores for the price to value to the quality of their plants. And I also got this white ceramic fluted pot from Amazon, as well as the wood kind of bamboo plant stands. I am obsessed. Hey guys, welcome to the living space, I guess you can call it. Now that I live in a studio, I feel like this really doesn't warrant being called a living room, but we're gonna make it feel like a living room. Right now, it is absolute utter chaos. Originally, I was actually gonna sell this lamp because I didn't actually think it was gonna fit in this space. And what I like the most about this is you can turn this. My desk is like over there out of frame. I can turn this wherever I need the light to be concentrated the most. I was trying to figure out how to work with this shelf because when I first saw this apartment, I actually didn't like this. I couldn't even store anything properly on these shelves because they're so shallow. These feel more like decor shelves to me. Finding closed storage for this will be so hard. What I ended up doing is basically just turning this into decor, and I think that was the best decision. I realized this actually makes this whole side of the wall look so put together that I actually love this thing now. I was trying to figure out where to put my games and my entertainment stuff. Oh my god. I just spilled all these cards. This is why unpacking takes forever, because I do shit like this. I'm gonna put this here. This is crazy. This is actually perfect. You can't see this, but the gap is just large enough for me to reach into it and grab stuff out of it without seeing all the clutter. This is actually kind of genius. My fake eucalyptus from IKEA. Oh, this is not bad. Have my Nationals gold medal trophy that I'm super proud of. This is probably one of my proudest life accomplishments to date. If you guys follow the rest of my content on my channel, you might know that I'm also a competitive figure skater. This is also one of my favorite things. I got this from IKEA, stick figure human thing that you can make to do whatever you want it to do. And I usually have this figure hit what's called a layback spin. Such a perfect little piece that adds a little bit of personal touch. I think that's what really makes a home feel personal, is when you can incorporate things that you actually enjoy about life into the aspects of your home decor. This honestly doubles as like a nice side table. I brought over my pillows. I have a yellow one and a green one for a little bit of an accent, so it's not just all gray. And I have this fluffy white one to add a little bit of texture. I actually think my cloud-shaped coffee table that I originally thought was not gonna fit, and I was really sad because I was like mentally preparing myself to let go of it because it's a regular shape and has curves. It softens up the space a little bit. The couch is rectangular, the desk is rectangular, the bed is rectangular, these frames are rectangular for God's sake, this bookshelf is. This is what it looks like. I love doing this. I just sit and then I like putting my feet on the coffee table low-key. I know some people might think that's weird or gross, but this is why I don't wear shoes in the apartment. I keep my feet very clean, and if I am hosting someone, I will be wiping down the coffee table. But I live alone, so I gotta do whatever I want. I'm so exhausted.
After a couple of days, I finally mustered up the energy to finish up this area. I finally decided to put up the wall art I bought and framed. I just had to get myself up to physically do it.
Euphoric delay.
Darn it. There's this really ugly thing just literally sticking out of the wall right here. So if I can cover that somehow, that would be freaking fabulous. Oh shit, I just dropped a nail and it disappeared into my couch. Okay, I think they're straight and I think it's perfect. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The other update is that I realize probably getting a TV is not the best idea. I know when I moved to my second place in New York, I had a whole TV setup and I actually really loved it. For pretty much my whole adult life, I actually never had a TV before. I was just watching Netflix, YouTube, whatever on my small ass computer screen or phone screen. Once I got a TV, my friends, it was kind of hard to go back. My bed and my couch are facing each other. When I watch TV, when I'm sitting on the couch, then the TV would have to be above the bed, which is really freaking weird looking. Trust me, I envisioned it and I was like, that's not it. And if I want to watch TV from my bed, I can put it above the couch, which is a solution, but I want to put up some art because this apartment otherwise would just be so boring. That is why I decided I'm going to get a projector. So I heard this is a great solution. The space above my bed is actually completely blank, and I kept it blank for that reason, so that when I sit on my couch, which is usually when I watch stuff anyways, I can project it onto the space above my bed. And this is a fun trick. If I do want to watch from my bed, I can actually lay down and project it up to the ceiling. I decided to try this projector out. Guys, I am so in love with this projector aesthetic. This comes with the same functions as a smart TV, so there's Netflix, YouTube, Hulu. I'm playing one of my favorite movies, super cheesy, but still super cute. And I love how you can just change the orientation of the screen with the remote. This is a view of what it looks like to watch from my bed with it projecting onto the ceiling. Sometimes when I read, I just project like a Studio Ghibli lo-fi fireplace thing, and it really just truly makes the whole space super vibey.
Hello friends, welcome to the bathroom. The bathroom is probably one of my favorite things about this apartment. It is the very first time that I actually have a rainfall style shower. A shower instead of a shower with a tub. And what I found is, even though the concept of having a nice girls' night in by myself, taking a bubble bath, I almost never have time to do that. Having a tub, just more surface space for you to clean, more surface space for mold and mildew. Not having the tub also just opens up the space and gives you the illusion of so much more room. The one thing that we're gonna tackle first today is the lack of storage. When you do have a tub, yeah, I can put stuff in the corners. Usually I'll still get some sort of shower caddy. This shower does come with this thing back there, which I have some of my stuff on already, but it's very awkwardly small. I don't know why they designed it like this because there's so much upward space. These hooks right here, they're not even from the apartment. They're hooks that the last tenant left. Not sure what the design thinking was that went into this. We are going to put in one additional floating shower caddy in this little corner right here. I just need space to fit my body wash, shampoo, conditioner, and face wash. Oh, and this thing that I'm absolutely obsessed with, which is my scalp massager that I got from Olive Young when I was in Korea a couple years ago. Alright, let's go tackle putting on the shower caddy. This is the floating shower caddy. It was very inexpensive. I got it from Amazon. I'll link everything that I got from Amazon on my Amazon storefront link in the description down below so you guys can find exactly what I'm talking about. I don't like over the shower faucet, that's not the right word, the over the shower head caddies, because they just look super cluttered and it's kind of hard to reach. It rusts very easily. Also not a big fan of those tension pole ones. They kind of freak me out because I'm like, what if it snaps one day and just kind of like falls over on me? It comes with this adhesive thing that has like 3 hooks, so super renters friendly. Use a bit of alcohol and just wipe all sorts of grime and dust from that surface, because that helps whatever adhesive you put on stay on longer. And then I'm actually gonna leave this up for 24 hours and not put this on yet. As soon as the 24 hours is over, you just kind of clip this in, literally as easy like this. Then you can put whatever you want in your little caddy. I have to make a decor plug because this, in my opinion, is kind of a must-have. I know it's very extra. Invest in a waterproof shower lamp. Adding a shower lamp to any shower space just makes it feel so spa-like and so magical. This is waterproof, this is rechargeable, it's cordless obviously. You can turn it on, and it's also dimmable. If you just touch it, goes down, and then if you want to brighten it up, and it also helps just add a little bit of color to the space. So I chose green. I love the color green, if you guys can't tell already. I love my little lamp corner. Turn off the lights to show you guys what it kind of looks like. I'm obsessed, and I hope you guys are too. I feel like a lot of the times when we think about the spaces that we live in, obviously we have to focus on function, but something like this is functional and beautiful and aesthetic. Think about ways that you can both make your apartment very functional and also very aesthetic and enjoyable to live in. Okay guys, so now the big shower part is done. I actually ended up using this rod to hang some plants. Hear me out, like I'm living alone, you guys. Like I need like 2 towels, hand towel, bath towel. I don't need a full set or collection. The shower door handle, for example, you can hang a towel if you really want to. There's a hook attached right there. Hand towel hanger here. I really don't need this to hang towels, so instead I was finding a home for kind of like my old decor for my old place, which was significantly larger in terms of square footage. So there was a lot of decor items that I ended up just not having a home for, and I was really sad because all of my decor items are like my babies. Like I bought them for a reason. Maybe this is just the hoarder in me, but I just cannot get rid of these plants because I think they're so cute. Came with these pots that have a hook. So I was like, this bar is empty. Why don't we try to like hang it on the bar? And then it actually ended up being so cute. I have this laundry hamper with wheels. Last apartment did not have in-unit laundry like this one. Heavy loads of laundry is really not my forte. There's 2 compartments to it, so I have my dark clothes and my white clothes. I'm usually gonna find a place for it in the closet or outside, but honestly, I think it looks great in the bathroom. And my bathroom, surprisingly, has a decent amount of space. Over here, love the color green and this print. Above this toilet area, I just have some core as well. Last but not least, how can I forget, my favorite piece to tie this bathroom all together is my fluffy cloud shape bath mat. And it is the cutest thing ever, and it is so soft. You can just hopefully see how soft it is.
Petting my bath mat like a weirdo. I'm gonna put it down where it belongs now.
That's all you need to know about the bathroom, and it's very simple. So perhaps let's get out of here and move on to the next thing. After all these years of being a YouTuber, I am still yet again shit at filming transitions. Hello and welcome to my home office corner. This was pretty much the only space left to put my desk. I just needed my desk to be near the window or near natural light. In the winter, I get pretty bad seasonal depression. I'm gonna add some shelves here. These are very renters friendly, which is why I like them. You still do have to drill them. They come with these adhesive ones, but it looks really weird. It will have like this plastic backing thing. So I didn't personally like how they look, but if you want to go even more renters friendly, you could do that. But honestly, I will warn against those adhesive ones because sometimes if the adhesive is really strong, it can actually just tear the paint off. So you making a decision between whether or not you want to fill holes when you leave your apartment or if you want to repaint. I actually made an apartment move out guide video that you guys can check out where I kind of talk about how you can repaint and fill any holes you drill into the wall. These shelves come with really, really small holes. They're actually really easy to fill. I'm gonna put one here. Where's the other shelf? And I'm gonna put the other one here. I think that should be pretty solid actually. So the things you need to make this happen. Number one, our best friend and our worst enemy, the drill. Then a screwdriver. Our lovely little friends, a wall anchor, and a nail. And let me explain how it works if you never put in an anchor before. Because when I first moved into my New York City apartment, I was like, what the fuck is this voodoo? You drill the hole, you want to make sure the hole is big enough to fit your anchor, which is this little plasticky piece of thing. Be as PC as you can, but it looks exactly like you know what. Ta-da! Number one is in. Oh, what is that? It's pink. Ew. Favorite things that I've got is this retro green flip calendar. I also like to use these shelves to store my headphones. I have a piece of art. I'll put all the links of the artist names and the places that I got these prints from in the description down below. Adds a little bit of pop of color, some orange, some blue. I'm gonna add this plant that I propagated. Literally was like a empty ginger shot bottle that I kept. By far, one of my secret hacks to elevate this 2000%, these motion sensor, battery powered, cordless LED light strips. There is nothing you need to do other than place this inside of your shelf. It only kind of lights up the frame that I have up there, and you can't really see it in the daytime, so I'll probably slap on a B-roll what it actually looks like in the nighttime, and that's the setup. All right, guys, the LED light sticks are back, baby. You've seen them in my last apartment makeover videos. I love these lights from IKEA. Connect like Legos. They're a little bit different than tape-like ones. They're a little bit more sturdy. They're kind of like a plastic rectangular box. I don't even know if that made any sense at all. What I do is I like to line edges of windows with these. This is actually crazy perfect. I don't know if you can see, but there's this like little tiny ledge by my window that perfectly lets this LED light bar sit on top of it. Now we pivot back to the flimsy LED lights like the ones we use for the kitchen. I'm cleaning the surface again with alcohol, and then I'm using the UV lights, but this time in just a warm white color. I didn't need my bedroom colors to be colorful. I just wanted a nice, warm, cozy glow instead. I purposely got a floating style bed frame so I can put lights underneath to make it look super vibey. The apartment is almost done. I can almost show you guys the whole completed tour. There's a couple of last touches that I'm going to add today. My Quince shipment just came in the mail and I'm so excited to finally get some nice sheets. I feel like that's like a very adult thing to do because I used to just not care about fabric. I just want like the thing with the cool pattern. And now that I am a grown adult, I care a lot more about things that affect the quality of my sleep, like temperature. And New York in summer is hot as heck. So one of the things I've been wanting to do for the longest time is replace my current sheets with linen sheets. More breathable, it's especially good for the summer, it's very light and airy. I'm finally replacing my sheets with these really nice 100% European linen ones from Quince. And specifically, I actually got bamboo pillowcases because bamboo is supposed to be better for acne-prone skin. It's more antimicrobial. Quality of Quince's linen is really, really nice. So that actually, the whole set I'm wearing right now is actually also from Quince, and it is a European linen set. I already love the quality of this, so I'm excited to see what the bedding looks like. finally got a rug for my bedrooms. It's been a while since I had a rug, and if you guys watched my past New York City apartment makeover videos, you might know that I kind of have a hot take on rugs. I like them, but there's pros and cons. Rugs are very hard to keep clean, especially when you live in New York or LA where there's like so much pollution. I will say I totally understand how rugs just tie a space together. It makes it feel more cozy, more homey, and the most important thing and the reason why I finally caved and got a rug is because of zoning. From my living room, from my bedroom, I can see the kitchen. In a studio, keeping the illusion that there is different segments of the space because there are no walls, there are no doors, so zoning becomes a little bit more important. I got this rug also from Quince.
Thank you, Quince, for being the sponsor of this portion of the video. You can shop all the items I mentioned using the links in the description down below. Welcome to this entryway area. I'm actually very grateful because this studio actually has a decent amount of entryway space. I feel like I have a bad tendency to have a lot of shoes, and I also do have this half mirror, half jewelry organizer thing. Put this on this wall here. This is really nice to have in an entryway. Little touch-up corner almost, so I can check to make sure I don't absolutely look like shit before I step out of the house. This is where I'll be hanging my necklaces. A lot of times when I accessorize, I do it like right as I'm rushing out the door. This can also hold your keys. Double functionality. Down here, I will put my tall boots that don't fit well into this like kind of slanted orientation. I do really like this though because it is so space saving. This item is one of my favorite space saving hacks that I have for this apartment. For good measure, I hung up all my go-to jackets and some coats along with a pothos plant and an exposed light bulb to add some aesthetics, once again, to something that is very functional. I actually kept this big piece of art from my very first New York City apartment. This room I actually got antique and it's very unique. It's gold and it has unique edges. What I learned with small spaces is you want to avoid putting anything on the wall that is too small. The smaller the art pieces are, the more cluttered and smaller it makes the space feel. If you want your small space to appear bigger, think about big pieces of art that will cover a lot of space. Welcome to my closet. I have all my clothes hung up on hangers on this side. There's actually technically another rack up there which I could use to hang shorter things. I do want to use this surface top as a vanity. I'm trying to get into a better habit of not doing my makeup in the bathroom. Throwing your makeup in the bathroom can lead to bacteria growth. Below here I just have a bunch of storage compartments. I have these modular drawers that I got from the Container Store which are super awesome. You can stack them however you want. I have some up here as well. These are awesome. I got the non-slip scarf hanger. I'm gonna set up my vanity. All of my perfume, because I am a little bit of a fragrance hoarder, is all in this clear box. What I ended up getting from Amazon is this rotating drawer shelf thing.
Living on a cigarette store. Back then we could not afford more yet.
Also have the clear acrylic makeup storage container thing that I brought over from my last place. So I'm just gonna stuff my makeup in, which has been just sitting in this makeup bag in my bath.
Didn't have a working front door.
The only thing missing is just a mirror, which I will order a small one for this vanity. I have my perfumes in that corner. I have my makeup. I have some jewelry boxes. And then I have this thing that stores all of my earrings. Please stay tuned for the full studio tour coming up soon. That will be my next video. I have my recent New York City apartment makeover and hunting series on my channel as well, so feel free to check those videos out. And if you have watched those videos, you may be like, Kathy, didn't you just move like a couple months ago? And the answer is yes, and that is a story for another day. All right, that's a wrap. If you guys like more videos like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean the world. These videos take a long time to make, but I love making them for you guys. Thanks for coming along the entire ride. It has been one heck of a summer in New York City, and I'll see you guys for the full tour soon. All right,
Bye.
Every night I try to love, but your heart is made of stone. All my tears, they fall like rain.